Ever cram for a test? Did you use Monster or Starbucks? I know I have. We as college students depend on caffeine, and it affects us positively and negatively. In a recent journal article by Dr. Joseph Nefik, he notes that 90% of US Americans consume caffeinated products. I have researched extensively articles, testimonies, and websites. Today, I'm going to be discussing what caffeine is, the positive and negative effects, and what we can take away from this. Let's discuss what caffeine is. Caffeine was first discovered in 1000 BC by the Chinese. It was also discovered in Ethiopia in 850 AD. Caffeine is a natural stimulant and it's in 60 plants and the byproducts of food and beverages that we enjoy today. Its chemical name is trimethylhexane. As you see here, it is a white, powdery, highly reactive substance. How does caffeine work? So, throughout the day, our body produces energy. We also produce adenosine to make us tired. So when you drink caffeine, it blocks the adenosine receptors, allowing you to have more energy. Caffeine can also be used in medicine and workout supplements to create the desired effect of alertness. Research from the National Library of Medicine U.S. Military Committee 2001 notes that caffeine reaches its concentration peak 45 minutes after digestion and in your blood after 2 hours. This can last up to 3 to 7 hours in adults. Pretty much everything has caffeine. If you look at this graph, this is some pretty popular drinks and the caffeine intake and how much milligrams it has. Now that I told you what caffeine is, let's discuss the benefits. As stated before, caffeine can push extreme alertness and allow you to complete multiple tasks that would require your immediate attention. A recent study from Harvard School Medical Program notes that there are also benefits. It notes that it decreases the likelihood of disease, depression, anxiety, and liver cancer, and heart disease. There also can be many other benefits with caffeine intake if you take the recommended amount not to exceed 400 milligrams, as stated before. Now that I've told you the positive and negative effects, let's discuss the negatives. Some of the negative effects of caffeine: you can have great irritability, you can't sleep at night. I know that's happened to me. Anxiety, you become dependent on caffeine, which you need to take more to try to keep up and get that alertness that you need and keep going throughout the day. How much is too much? As stated before, do not take no more than 400 milligrams of caffeine. Also, if you develop a dependency on caffeine, it can lead to a scarce case of toxicity overdose. Note that this mainly happens in medications. In a recent podcast by Dr. Andrew Huberman titled The Ugly Truth of Caffeine, he was consuming anywhere between 3 to 4 milligrams of caffeine due to prolonged steady work hours, and it was mimicking alcoholism. Please note, some of the medications have negative reactions with caffeine, such as your cold and flu medicine, your antidepressant, as well as many other ones. Dr. Bart Purcell from Pennsylvania State University notes that yes, it gives you a boost of energy, but there are other side effects such as high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and dependency on caffeinated beverages. I also had a dependency on caffeine. I was very irritable and I needed that energy spike to get me through the day, even when I had a good night's rest. Now that I've told you the positive and negative effects of caffeine, I hope you are more informed to make better decisions than before. We as college students live on caffeine, and it is everywhere. Today I discussed what caffeine is, the positive and negatives, and what to take from this. I hope you can make better informative decisions than you did before, and you know the positive and negative effects on caffeine. Thank you for your time.